our guest of honor, Sri Justice S.V.N. Bhatti Garu, to please come on to the dais, sir, along with our office bearers, Sri Suresh Kumar Singhal, President, FTCCI, and Sri R. Ravikumar Garu, Senior Vice President, and also Sri K.K. Maheshwari Garu, Vice President, and Chair of the committee, Sri Irshad Mohammed. Request everyone to please come out to the stage and take your seats, sir. And also, Sri V. Sridharan Garu, keynote address and co-founder of Lakshmi Kumaran and Sridharan, Senior Advocate, Bombay High Court. We also recognize the presence of dignitaries here, and Sri Sandeep Prakash Garu, IRS, Principal Chief Commissioner, Central GST, and Sri Angad Prasad Garu, Member Judicial CSTAT, and Srimati Jaya Kameshwari, Member Technical VAT Tribunal, and Justice Madhavi Garu, Telangana High Court. Thank you all for gracing this occasion. And now I request everyone to please rise for national anthem.
Jana Mana Adhinayak Jaya He Bharat Bhagya Vidhata Punjab Sindh Gujarat Maratha Dravida Utkala Vanga Vindhya Himachala Yamuna Ganga Uchchala Jaladhi Taranga तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Request our office bearers to honor our guests of today by presenting a plant. Invite our President Sri Suresh Kumar Singhal Garu and Sri Ravikumar Garu and Sri K.K. Maheshwari Garu to present a plant to our Honorable Governor Sri Jishnudev Varma Garu. Also request to present a plant to Justice, Honorable Justice Sri S.V.N. Bhatti Garu, Supreme Court of India. And request to present a plant to the keynote speaker Sri V. Sridharan Garu, Senior Advocate, Bombay High Court. Thank you, sir. I request our President Sri Suresh Kumar Singhal Garu give the welcome address.
It gives me an immense pleasure to extend my warm welcome to our chief guest, Honorable Governor of Telangana, Shri Jishnudev Ji Varma, guest of honor, Honorable Judge for Supreme Court of India, Justice Sri S.V.N. Bhatti Ji, keynote speaker Sri V. Sridharan Ji, co-founder of Lakshmi Kumaran and Sridharan, senior advocate, Bombay High Court, and the expert speakers Sri D.P. Nagendra Kumar, IRS retired, former member GST CBIC, Shri Dominic Mario Fernandez, Senior Standing Counsel for CBIC, Telangana High Court, Shri K. Vaidishwaran-ji, Advocate and Tax Consultant, Shri Puneet Bansal-ji, Partner PwC LLP, other officials, professionals, institutes, office bearers, fellow associations office bearers, my colleagues on the dais and off the dais. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the first time Honorable Governor Sir and Honorable Judge of Supreme Court gracing the FTCCI event, and hence I wish to show few activities of FTCCI. The membership composition of our federation is such that every activity related to industry and business is covered by FTCCI. Sir, for the last 107 years, Federation is playing an active role in improving the business environment of the state, thus contributing to economic growth. We have our representatives in all the state level committees, contributing to the policy formulations, becoming the voice of industry. I am glad to inform you all the GST and Customs Committee of FTCCI played its role in the formulation of GST Act by conducting various stakeholders meetings and submitting its recommendations not only in pre-formulation stage but also doing it consistently and continuously. Today's summit is also aimed at an important aspect, that is role of judiciary and executive in shaping GST. In these challenging times, the role of the executive and in policy formulations and the judiciary in ensuring fair interpretation of laws has been more crucial than ever. The collaboration between policymakers, tax authorities, and the judiciary is essential to fostering a system that is transparent, efficient, and business friendly. As stakeholders, we must engage constructively to address concerns, simplify compliance, and ensure that GST continues to serve as a catalyst for economic growth. I thank all the eminent speakers who have agreed to present critical analysis of various aspects of GST, and I am confident that the outcome of the summit is most beneficial to all the stakeholders, including implementing authorities. I once again extend my warm welcome to the dignitaries on the dais and all the authorities and delegates of the dais. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I invite the chairman of the GST and Customs Committee, Mr. Ishaz, to give the introductory remarks.
Honorable Governor of Telangana, Shri Jishnu Dev Verma ji, Guest of Honor, Justice S.V.N. Bhatti ji, President of FTCCI, eminent speakers, distinguished guests on the dais and off the dais, esteemed members of industry, legal fraternity, and fellow professionals. It is both a privilege and a solemn responsibility to address you today on this occasion of this GST summit. When GST was introduced, it was hailed as a revolutionary reform, a unifying force designed to streamline taxation, reduce complexities, and promote ease of doing business. And much has been promised. We have all cherished many breathtaking changes that have bestowed much needed oxygen to all the businesses. Just to quote an example, a business having its head office in Kashmir can undertake compliance for its branch, which is located, let's say, in Kanyakumari. So this has happened all because of the GST. Prior to GST, there was no such facility, there was no such tool, which GST has made it possible now. And another most important aspect of the GST is it has brought much needed discipline in the business. Earlier, even to understand what is the real sales figure was a big question mark. But post GST, we now know not only the sales number, we also know the purchase numbers. The almost entire profit and loss account is controlled by the GST. So yet, as time has unfolded, the industry, legal experts, and tax consultants are now facing an unsettling truth, which is certainty in taxation. And this truth is the bedrock of the economic stability. The judiciary, as the guardian of the constitution and rights of the taxpayers, has time and again intervened and corrected executive overreach. In numerous cases, our courts have provided much needed relief to businesses, recognizing the undue hardships created by ambiguous tax provisions, retrospective amendments, and procedural excesses. So we have one example as we speak, Safari Retreat judgment, as you know. So big relief was provided, but again, as our topic suggests, so as we speak, the amendment is in pipeline. Very soon when the bill is passed, so that judgment would be reversed. Yet, we still witness an uncertainty in GST due to the emerging trend in reversing the judicial pronouncements through ordinances or retrospective amendments. We are not questioning about the right or wrong of those reversals, but the only question now is about certainty in the taxation, which is the bedrock of economic stability and also the businesses. So the consequences of such approach are far-reaching. Compliance burden rise, the cost of litigation escalates, and businesses are left operating in an environment of unpredictability. So the GST framework must align with its original promise, a system that is transparent, predictable, and just. And we as industry leaders, professionals and advocates must strive for a just, fair, and predictable tax regime. And let me tell you, so at FTCCI, our committee has been playing a very active role in this direction. We have been in constant touch with the tax authorities. We have been representing the issues before the government now and then to ensure this objective is achieved. Only through such collective efforts can we ensure that GST remains a tool for progress rather than an instrument of uncertainty. So let me also let you know, we have also given the representation on extension of date for DRC 03 payment date. Of course, Commissioner State GST has highlighted today that 31st March is the last date, and we endorse that. We should not take the chance. But again, there are underlying issues with respect to linking of 3A and 3, so that we have highlighted, represented. And let me also tell you, there is a grievance redressal committee headed by the Principal Chief Commissioner, Central GST, and Commissioner, State GST. The committee is very, very active, and let me tell you, many issues gets resolved in that committee. I urge everyone, so whatever issues that they face, without hesitating, please bring before us so that this can be taken up before the committee. So I end my remarks with this note. Thank you for paying attention.
Honorable Sri Jishnu Dev Verma, Governor of State of Telangana, the distinguished personalities adoring the dais and of the dais, one and all present here, dear all, Namaste. I have been requested to deliver, you may call it a speech, you may call it a thesis, you may call it a personal view. But to take up any of these tasks, it is going to take fairly a long time. I must bear at the back of my mind that we are all meeting here to discuss about the implications of GST and also the smooth and good road we have to be more prosperous in the business. If I take more time, tax always attracts interest and penalty. You may have to engage a lawyer like Sridharan to convince a judge like me that it was a bona fide mistake. I assure you that I am not going to take much of your time, and also the enthusiasm with which you would be eagerly waiting to listen to Mr. Sridharan and his longtime friend, the other speakers here. Let me straight away come to the topic assigned to me. Dear all, I have spent substantial my life as a professional and a judge in Hyderabad. I have become the standing counsel of AP Pollution Control Board at very young age. I had the opportunity to interact with the most technically complicated topic where the implications are both penal and also fine. There was no technology at that point of time to treat any of the effluents generated by an industry. Why I am saying this is to tell all of you how versatile and competent the business houses of state of Telangana, or for that matter Hyderabad, is. Look back at the scenario, the discharge point was either into a well, river or a water body. From there the standards have come that you should maintain the strict standard that it shall not be beyond 30, for example, BOD, so on and so forth. The industrial houses or the business entities of state of Telangana or the big industries in Hyderabad have not given it up. In my view, the advent of GST is not going to change either your perseverance or passion for business. What all you have to be taught is only the nuances and also the pitfalls so that you plan your year so perfectly and concentrate on business. At the outset, I congratulate the Federation for undertaking the continuous education programs on a very dynamic and ever-changing, for that matter, hourly change, daily change, weekly change subject, and keeping the industrial houses well informed and to plan their activities without getting into any of the crisscross sections or crossfire of the either executive or the judiciary. When I have such confidence about you, it takes me to the topic of the day. I have been invited, I accepted, and finally I received the topic, which is fairly long and reads like this: the role of executive and judiciary in shaping GST during challenging times. Dear all, according to me, it is an euphemism. The logic is the important stakeholder is missed out. The dealer or the assessee. It should have been you first. The role of dealers, executive and judiciary in shaping the GST. Having said so, the audience might be expecting me to say a few of the challenges in fact and a few of the challenges in law, and may also try to give my viewpoint on these aspects. I may, with the discretion available to me, though the forum is very tempting, will not try to do that. The logic being, the judge always reserves the judgment and pronounces it little later. One thing I can assure you, whenever a right question comes before us, judiciary has established that it is capable of deciding what is factually correct and what is legally tenable within the four corners of our Constitution. I may, in a out of context, slightly get into one or two situations where I had to deal with the extreme views of the dealer and also the extreme views of the department. One of them is deduction of tax at source for the salaries paid to the nuns in the schools run by the missionaries. I may quote from the very judgment which literally reflects the view of the judiciary. Render unto Caesar things that are Caesar's, apostrophe S. Render unto God things that are God's. As judiciary, our role is render unto dealers what is dealers. Render unto government what is government's. With these few words, I thank one and all for their time in listening to me. Once again, thank you. I thank the Federation for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you, sir. Now I invite Shri Tirulai Garu, the advisor of GST and Customs Committee of FTCCI, to please introduce the chief guest of today, Honorable Governor Garu.
Dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, it's indeed a proud privilege to be able to introduce to this august body our Honorable Governor, Sri Jishnudev Verma ji. Sri Jishnudev Verma ji, the Honorable Governor of Telangana, is a distinguished politician from Tripura and former Deputy Chief Minister of that state. He was prominent member of the Northeastern Council Advisory Committee from 1989 to 1993. Sri Jishnudev Verma ji played a pivotal role in shaping policies of the Northeastern region. He also served as the convener of the Indian National Trust for Art and Cultural Heritage, INTAC, Tripura chapter, and coordinated activities and initiatives for the trust in the northeastern part of the country. He embarked on his political journey with Bharatiya Janata Party in 1993 and was elected as a National Council member representing Tripura. He held the position of General Secretary overseeing organizational matters for Tripura Pradesh BJP. A multifaceted artist, his creative spirit finds expression in modern art, paintings, and sculpture. His works, infused with vibrant themes, grace various tourist spots, temples, and public spaces, often in collaboration with Sanskar Bharati. A poet and a writer, his works have been widely recognized, reflecting his deep passion for art and literature. Notably, his books, Children of Water Goddess and Master of Time, and celebrated for their evocative and lyrical quality by themselves. Committed to tribal development, education and health, he believes in offering a healing touch to those on society's margins. With these words, I offer my welcome to Sri Verma ji. Thank you.
Sir, it's my honor to welcome you and request you to please address the gathering, sir. Honorable Governor Garu.
Good afternoon, namaskar. On the dais, Honorable Sri Justice S.V.N. Bhatti, Judge Supreme Court of India, Dr. Suresh Kumar Singhal, President FTCCI, Sri V. Sridharan, co-founder of Lakshmi Kumaram and Sridharan, Senior Advocate, Bombay High Court, C.A. Muhammad Irshad Ahmed, Chairman GST and Customs Committee FTCCI, Sri Krishna Kumar Maheshwari, Vice President FTCCI, distinguished guests, esteemed members of FTCCI, industry leaders, tax professionals, and esteemed members of the judiciary. I am happy to be here this evening at this distinguished gathering organized by the Federation of Telangana Chambers of Commerce and Industry. The theme before us, the role of executive and judiciary during challenging time in GST, is both timely and of immense significance to India's economic rejuvenation. I was the Finance Minister of Tripura for 5 years, so I do have a faint idea of GST. I was also part of many of these GOMs, group of ministers that were instituted by the GST Council. And I think this theme is very relevant at this point of time. The introduction of the Goods and Services Tax GST marked a turning point in our fiscal history. It is more than just a tax reform. It is a unifying economic vision, one that aspires to fulfill the principle of one nation, one tax, enhancing ease of doing business, promoting transparency, and fostering cooperative federalism. Yet, like all old bold reforms, GST had to navigate through turbulent waters, especially during global disruptions such as the COVID-19 pandemic and other economic shocks. These moments test the strength of our institutions and demand agile responses from both the executive and the judiciary. Kautilya, the master strategist and economist, wrote in the Arthashastra, where justice is administered, there stands the foundation of dharma and the strength of the king. This wisdom remains deeply relevant today. The executive, compromising both central and state governments, shoulders the responsibility of implementing, amending, and refining GST laws. Their role extends from policy formulation and compliance, facilitation, and revenue stabilization, and providing industry support during crisis. On the other hand, the judiciary safeguards the sanctity of the Constitution by interpreting tax laws, ensuring that governance is just and equitable, balancing in interests of the state and the citizen at the expenditure of the resolution of disputes. I was hearing the Honourable Justice speaking. He summed it up very nicely. What is due to the government should be given to the government. What to the dealer should be given to the dealer. And that was a very nice summarization of this fact. In times of uncertainty, seamless coordination between the executive and the judiciary is essential. Policies must be adaptable, yet constitutionally sound. Judicial pronouncements must be economically informed, yet principled. As Kautilya once again observed, the welfare of the people is the root of the state. In the context of GST, this welfare lies in creating a system that is efficient, fair, and responsive. I congratulate FTCCI for organizing this forum, enabling such crucial discourse. Let this be not just a dialogue, but a beginning of a collaborative action among all stakeholders, governments, professions, and judiciary and the industry. As we continue to refine and strengthen the GST framework, let us be guided by the timeless wisdom of Kautilya, who reminded us, the tax collector should collect taxes from the taxpayer, just like a bee collects honey from a flower, in an expert manner, without disturbing its petals. This profound analogy underscores the essence of balanced taxation, efficient, non-intrusive, and sensitive to the economic ecosystem. May our policies reinforce and adjudication reflect this spirit, ensuring that revenue generation goes hand in hand with fairness, dignity, and the encouragement to industry. I thank you for inviting me here to this very important discussion, and I wish this event a great success. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Thank you, sir. Now I request our office bearers to honor our chief guest and guest of honor by presenting a memento and facilitate them. I request our president and office bearers to please facilitate our honorable governor by giving a shawl and a memento. I also request our office bearers to felicitate our Honorable Justice Sri S.V.N. Bhatti Garu by a shawl and a memento. Now I invite our Senior Vice President to please propose the vote of thanks.
On behalf of FTCCI and my team, we are very grateful that Honorable Governor Shri Jishnu Dev Verma ji has agreed to come. In fact, when we went about a month back to meet him, and we were very delighted when he said, "Oh, GST, it's my pet subject, I will definitely come." So we are grateful to you, sir. In 1 minute he agreed when we went and met him in the governor's office. And I am also grateful that our Honorable Justice S.V.N. Bhatti Garu has agreed when we spoke to him, and he has also come. And it was so wonderful. He was so crisp, and he was talking to us that we should change the title also. We keep that in mind, sir. Next time we'll ensure that the dealers work very hard to see that the GST is implemented very smooth, and when the changes happen, as our speaker, earlier speaker, Harita Garu, who's sitting here, she was also telling that GST is continuously changing. As we keep evolving, it keeps changing. So on behalf of the dealers who are here, and as an industrialist also, we'll work in such a manner that we ensure that the changes which come in, it will be a smooth transition to implement, and things will happen. And I also thank our Vaidishwaranji, who really gave a wonderful insight, and he's in fact set the tone. In fact, we do have a keynote address, but still he has set the tone in the morning, and it was wonderful, sir. And we are all waiting now eagerly to see after this session the keynote address of Mr. V. Sridharan, and also we have panel discussions and speakers, Sri D.P. Nagendra Kumar Garu and Puneet Bansal, and we also have Dominic Mario Fernandez, who's going to address us. And I also thank the press and also the people who have sponsored, and also the stalls which people have put here to educate us. And last but not the least, our internal thing, but I would like to share, it is Irshad and the team which has worked for this, and they've done a wonderful thing. And they have a beautiful advisor, Tirumala Garu, who is the backbone. He's always behind, but for everything we go to him. And none but the least, the office staff, Sujata and team. Sujata is our senior director at FTCCI, who relentlessly works for such events. And thank you one and all, and thank you.
Request everyone to please raise for the national anthem.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उज्जल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Please remain seated. The session will continue. Keynote speech will continue.